If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, alright? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you ain't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process. Also, y'all already know that voice too raspy to be whispering. So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, alright? So before we jump in, I want to thank you so much for all y'all's love, all y'all's likes, your shares, subscribes, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you. You understand? Now let's get started. Thank you, Karma. So let's get started, chosen ones. See, I had to ask you over and over again how you feeling, right? And there's a reason. Because some of you, your feelings, again, will fluctuate to a certain extent. 1 minute you was happy, the next minute you was sad. The next minute you was stressing about certain circumstances that you were in. You understand? So now all of a sudden you starting to feel more of yourself again. Now you starting to feel focused again. Now you starting to feel optimistic about certain things that you're doing again. You understand? See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, now there's two directions that you could be feeling. Either you could feel drained, you could be stressed, you could be upset. Some of you are not realizing that you drained because you ain't listened to God when he told you to sit down and recharge. You still being hard-headed. He told you to take that day off. You talking about you couldn't do it because of finances. Whole time God said, if you trust him and you know that he's going to make a way for you like he did 9 out of 10 times, and this 10th time he going to come through for you too, you're going to have to listen when he tells you to take that moment and recharge. Get your mind right. See, some of you try to stay busy, working all the time, try to stay occupied so you're not feeling certain things that you feeling inside. See, if you're not addressing them, you suppressing them. So what is that doing? You understand? See, I want you to realize some of you chosen ones were in your feelings because you went back and entertained certain past individuals, certain people in the past that you knew wasn't really good for you. You may have entertained them briefly, whether or not that was sexually, mentally, emotionally, speaking to them, chilling with them, so on and so forth. They tried to latch themselves back on you energetically and started to pull from you, had you in your feelings again. Had you start feeling bad at the fact that you even put yourself in that position to deal with them again. See, you was feeling a certain type of way. I bet you your energy's coming back. If it isn't, I'm telling you, it's starting. You understand me? Chosen ones, I want you to realize this. Some of you are in your feelings right now, not only because you put yourself in that past position again where you experienced and seen that person for who they truly were, not what they was presenting you. You was upset because that was a lesson you already learned. You ain't had to renew that lease in a sense with that individual. But there's some of you that's upset because certain endings are starting to arrive. Whether or not that's friendships, whether or not that's a job position, whether or not that's a relationship, so on and so forth. There's certain people that you are starting to get forced to distance yourself from. You understand me? See, whether or not you chose not to walk away from them, God's going to have them walk away from you. So you could be feeling a certain type of way because you feel like that person left you, neglected you, and now is doing better with somebody else outside of you. See, that's not true, chosen ones. See, for some reason, you feel like they can try to skip out on that karma. See, there's two different directions again. See, some of y'all was getting karma based upon those people that you was connected to. So therefore, when you finally released them, you released certain things that you was going through. You understand me? Some of y'all have financial restraints because of people that you was giving certain things for, providing for. They sat there and didn't prioritize their finances right, so therefore they had to come and get some of yours. Sometimes you sat there and didn't even buy things for yourself, but if they need you, you were so quick to step up and offer some type of help. See, that was a lesson for you, chosen ones. See, I want you to realize that, again, some of you got karma and consequences based upon who you was connecting to. So they cheated on everybody that they was with. They lied, they manipulated, they did all of these things, right? Then guess what? In a sense, that karmic debt is on their head. So what happens? Either one way, shape, or form, no matter how much they feel like they're going to run, they never going to be able to escape it. See, some individuals, They try to skip out on their karma by entertaining people who don't hold them accountable. See, let me say that again, chosen ones. There's some individuals who attempt to skip out on their karma by connecting with individuals who don't hold them accountable. So you sitting there feeling like that person's doing better without you. They left you. See, when they was with you, they disrespected you. They cheated on you. They beat on you. They stole from you. You understand me? Belittled you, whatever they did. All of a sudden, they entertain the next person because God pushed them away from your energy, pushed them away from you. So because you didn't call that shot and you didn't walk away from that individual, God had them do that to you, right? Then all of a sudden, you feeling a certain type of way because you see that they entertaining somebody else, but you're not even realizing certain karmas at play. See, they going to try to keep their poker face together, try to act like things is all cool, all smooth. Whole time, they starting to face certain karmic consequences based upon how they carried you. So when y'all was together, they stole from you, or they didn't give finances to you, or you sacrificed your finances to give into that individual. See, all right. For some reason, you feel like when they leave you, God's going to reward them for certain things that they took from you. Oh, nah. But you're going to have to get them out of your energy, chosen ones. You're going to have to stop looking over God's shoulder to see if he's did what he told you he was going to do. He told you anybody who crossed you, deceived you, disrespected you, sent magic towards you, abuse, whatever the case may be, he told you anybody who tried his chosen ones was going to get it. But you looking over his shoulder because certain things you ain't seen yet. See, certain things is happening below the surface. See, chosen ones, you're going to have to realize that. For some reason, again, you feel like they going to leave you and start reaping certain benefits. That's not the case. See, your benefits was only restricted based upon the fact that you had them living with you. See, let's talk, right? You know how certain government housing people are in? They say, listen, you and so-and-so can live here, but you can't live there with your man. Your husband can't stay there, or your boyfriend, your child's father, your new friend, whatever the case may be. They like, nah, only a few people can actually be on that lease, right? So, you know, when, again, that person was given a house, a location to stay at, when they ain't had no finances, they had certain things given to them, right? Okay. So all of a sudden, there's only a few rules. You can't have certain people with a record stay with you. You can't just have anybody laid up in the house doing certain shit that they're not supposed to be doing, right? So therefore, if you do, what happens to you? You jeopardize where you live and your kids live too. So chosen ones, I want you to realize the same thing happens energetically as well. If you sitting there laid up with somebody who is out there raising certain hell, being karmic, providing and building certain karma, lying, manipulating, stealing, killing, all of these things, right? God's going to strip certain things from you as long as you're around that individual. Because when God said they ain't going to get it, they not going to get it, even if you think you're going to give it. See, chosen ones. What do I mean? Because that person keep coming to you because their finances is fucked up, not even realizing it's God keeping them from those things. See, the money that they get, they was paying certain practitioners to play with certain magic. The money that they was getting, they was buying certain designers trying to disrespect other people because they didn't have it. Oh, that money that they was getting, they wasn't paying towards their children. They was damn near wasn't even paying attention. So therefore, God stripped those things. Oh, they thought that they was better than the next because the finances that they thought that they could flex. Okay, God kept them from those things. Now here you come along trying to give them all of yours. Oh, nah, that's not going to happen then. So God's like, if I got to hold this from you while you around that individual, then that's what I'm going to do. But I told you that you can have it, but you're not going to have it where they can grab it. So therefore, it's up to you what move you going to do. You understand me? See, chosen ones, some of you been blocking your blessings because you allowing the next person to sort through them in a sense and leave scraps to you. God said never again. And he told you that. He told you that last time that you was crying, snotting, slobbering. You was all in your feelings, right? God told you, listen, you're going to feel this one time and you ain't going to feel this again in your life. See, when he said that, he meant that. You understand me? He told you that you would never have to experience those things again. Whether or not you choose to, that's up to you, though. You understand me? See, God sat there and showed you the truth about that person. He told you that they was cheating on you, that you was hurting, right? God said you never going to have to feel that again. Why? Because he lifted that veil. He allowed you to see the truth about them. So therefore, if you look past that truth and you decide to allow that person another opportunity to get close to you, where again, they're going to have the same patterns and do the same thing again, then that means that that was your choice. That was not something that you was forced to deal with. See, God's going to make you feel that heat just so that you can retreat, get yourself together. See, God can say that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. God can keep telling you that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. Some of y'all hard-headed. You got to touch that shit. And when you touch that and get burned, some of y'all still wasn't going to listen. Then all of a sudden, somebody got to come and really physically pop you in order for you to stop in your track and think about what you're doing. See, God sat there and allowed you to feel that heat a little bit. Your feelings hurt. They was out there talking to other people, text messaging them, sending pictures to them, taking trips with them. That was that heat that you was feeling in a sense. Intuitively, you felt like something wasn't right. That was that homegirl or homeboy looking at you shysty. Anybody who liked you, they say certain things against you. They try to call you out in front of certain individuals, certain people that was moving a certain type of way. Okay. That job location where every time they offered you or promised you a promotion, you never got it. They sat there and told you was going to have a bonus on your check. It never came through. Every day that you worked hard, it seemed like you worked for less because they didn't appreciate you. See, that was that red flag. That was that you feeling a little bit of heat, right? Okay, cool. So now what's happening, chosen ones? After that heat, if you don't learn, you're going to feel burned. So that's what happened to you. See, some of y'all had to get your feelings hurt. You understand me? You had to, again, you felt like they was cheating. You felt like they was entertaining. You felt like they was playing you. You felt like your friend was envious of you. You felt like certain people was doing things across you. That was that heat that you felt. But you had to actually get burned. That means God had to physically have it appear before you for you to figure certain things out. See, some of y'all got burned and you learned. You decided to move. Some of you got burns and you just learned how to heal that wound. So therefore, you're going to get burnt again. You know what to do or what to go to try to heal that again. Okay, when they cheated on you the first time, y'all beefed a little bit, got back together. They took you out. Okay, well, after this, they did this. They bought you this. Okay, after that, you so used to dealing with certain things. Some people going to learn that first time that heat come in. Other people going to learn that first time that they actually get burned. But other people, again, it's just something that they are complacent with. So which part of the cycle are you? See, chosen ones, you out here feeling a certain type of way again because you feel like certain people are skipping out on their karma. Whole time again, they trying to skip out of their karma by dealing with people who's not going to hold them accountable. That's not true. See, you have to realize that half the time God sent you to these individuals to break them out of certain habits. See, you the death of their ego. And they can't stand it. See, you somebody who's not putting them on that pedestal that other people place them on. You're not going to condone that fuckery that they doing. You're not going to allow them to disrespect you or do the least. You understand me? You hold them individuals accountable. That's why they can't stand you. That's why they found somebody else where, again, was not going to hold them accountable. And you feeling a certain type of way about it. Why? Because you acting like you like to be a victim. You acting like you was okay with that life. You wasn't. So therefore, get out your feelings, chosen ones. See, again, a lot of you starting to feel yourself again. You was feeling a certain type of way because you backtracked. You gave that person the benefit of the doubt when you knew that they didn't deserve that. You were sitting there trying to give that person the benefit of the doubt to right the wrongs that they did to you. And the same opportunity that they got, they chose to do the same thing again. So you was in your feelings because you thought that they learned their lesson. Whole time now. So why are you stressing, chosen ones? You only blocking your blessings. See, these individuals are going to need you. And they see that. See, when they seen you get on your spiritual path, when they seen that you start listening to what God was guiding you to do, when they seen that you was focusing on your future, when they seen certain confidence start to get built within you, when they seen that you figured out your purpose and profit was getting provided, they was feeling a certain type of way. See, chosen ones, I'm trying to tell you, some of these individuals know that they can't go to where you're going to. So therefore, what they tried to do is persuade you that you didn't get that invite when you know that you did. That's why you got to believe what God showed you and don't listen to nobody else. Because what are they going to try to do but manipulate you into doing what they want you to do because they can't move to? See, chosen ones. You heard me. I'm trying to tell you, see, chosen ones, there's certain individuals that you told them the whole time that you was with them that you was going to be something. They ain't believe it. You told them that anything that you put your mind to, you was going to achieve it. They ain't believe it. So therefore, now that they starting to see it and that they not around you to reap it, now they going to feel a certain type of way. See, chosen ones, God did that for a reason. See, these individuals chose to carry you how they did you when they felt like they couldn't get nothing from you. So imagine the extent that they would have did had they knew what they would have got, certain reap and certain benefits. See, they sat there and did the most, right? So imagine if they actually believed you, chosen ones. See, that's what you gotta realize. Them not believing you at the time is your protection too. Because had they believed that you was going to be successful, be wealthy, have certain love, acknowledgement, a place, a car, whatever the case may be, had they known that you was actually going to get the things that you said, again, certain things would have been carried differently. The deceit would have been even bigger. You understand me? So, chosen ones, it's not up for you to persuade other people to believe you. It's for you to always believe you. You understand me? Because I want you to think about this. So you know how they say the Mandela effect, right? What does that mean? There's certain things on the internet that you remember in your life that you've seen. So how do they say Richard Simmons with his headband? Certain cereals, certain things, so on and so forth, right? So you know at the click of a button, they can change every dynamic. History don't mean nothing if they don't want you to understand it, right? Certain things, they try to act like it never happened, right? They try to erase certain things so they can write new shit in, right? So chosen ones, there's something that you could have Googled last week that if you Google now, it's not going to be the same results that come in. See, they can click a button when you see certain things that's orchestrated. So you got to remember what you know. That's why, again, you got to realize generational wealth is not just the material things that you can pass down, but that knowledge. Because, again, you remembering certain things that they're erasing. You have certain, you think of how people say, oh, yeah, my people taught me this little healing thing that you do. If you got a cold or flu, you take this. Oh, yeah, they told me that if this happened, you know how to do that. Certain people was MacGyver in a sense, knew how to fix certain shit, whatever the case may be, right? See, the only difference is, chosen ones, not everybody carried on those things. See, some people were selfish minded. So the information that came into them, they try to use to their benefit, or they try to keep it from advancing, helping other individuals advance too. Not you though, chosen ones. You listen to what God tells you to do. So therefore, you have to be able to live authentically like you. You have to remember certain things that God tells you. There's certain things, again, they can try to clone all day, but they can't clone what God put in you personally. They can't duplicate the divine's energy. So therefore, again, they could have somebody walking around talking like you. They could have somebody walk around walking like you. They could have somebody dressed like you, have certain mannerisms like you too. But one thing's for sure, they never be able to be another you. You understand me? See, you guys see through on a soul level. Why you feel like you had the spiritual warfare that you had? Because it had to prepare you for this next step that's going to be coming ahead. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize as technology progresses and they start being able to modify certain people's appearances, you don't know if that's a real person that you're speaking to, or a machine, or a lizard man, or whatever the case may be. See, you gotta realize that there's certain things behind what it appears, right? So why is your intuition so important? Why is it important for you to trust you? Why is it important for you to be confident and to listen to you? Because these people are sit in your face and tell you that they something they not, just to be plotting on you. These people energetically will try to manipulate you. Who you looking at is not who you looking at. You got to see through what they showing you. So chosen ones, I want you to realize why certain things have been so hard, why certain things that you felt intuitively, why you felt so bad when you ain't listening. Because at an instant moment, that could have had certain consequences came in, and that could have been your end. And see, you know how a mother, some of you did this too, how a mother or father, they'll tell you to do something quickly. And if you don't do it, they be like, shit, that could have, if that was a snake, it would have bit you. If that was this, it would have hit you. Whatever the case may be, they tell you that they was trying to prepare you for something that could have happened, right? But you had to listen and you had to move quickly. See, I want you to realize God carries you that way too. He tells you certain things, and at that time, it may not make sense, but God wants to see what you're going to do. See, the person watching you may call you crazy because of how you moving. But I want you to think of how those people go to those parties with those headphones on, on, and you don't hear nothing that they listening to, but you see them dancing. See, from the outside looking in, it's like, yo, shorty ain't even hitting the beat. Shorty, what are they dancing to? All you hear is the squeaking of the feet. See, people see you moving around sporadically. God tell you to invest in this. Go do this. Disconnect from that. Invest in that. God's telling you to move all these ways, right? And people to tell you, oh, you doing too much. Or people sit there and call you crazy because you investing in what you investing in. See, God had you plant those seeds because you was going to have multiple different types of harvest coming in. Something that was going to have longevity with it. See, if God would have just had you plant your seeds here, you would have had tomatoes, cool. But was you going to be able to eat tomatoes every day for the rest of your life? Nah, you need variety. Okay, cool. Now, God told you to plant that tomatoes. That could have been your business. God told you to plant that watermelon. That could have been your love life. God told you to plant the onions. That could have been your confidence, so on and so forth. See, God has you plant multiple things because in different seasons it starts to bloom through. So therefore, again, if you patient, now you're going to have a certain pattern. You're going to have a certain schedule. You know how to adhere to certain things that you try and produce. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize everything's happening on behalf of you. You planted all those seeds strategically like God told you to do because, again, this next time was going to mean the most. Those individuals got warnings too, but they ain't listen like you, so that's why they going through what they going through. Some of y'all, if you want to know how to end karmic patterns, a lot of y'all, it's as simple as you disconnecting from people that you connected with. That past person, that mother or father who disrespect you every time, makes you feel less about you and what you're doing. That job who don't pay you nor appreciate you, that makes you choose between money and your family members, certain people that you say that you're doing it for. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize that in this lifetime, how you going to carry it? See, you are the life that you want. Once you make your mind up, you already made it. So therefore, let's talk about this. If you could restart your world, right? So if money really didn't exist, if nobody was billionaires and millionaires over the next person, right? Because a lot of you think about that title that they get and you feel like that holds certain weight over you. It don't. Because there's billionaires and millionaires that if that somebody else wasn't available for them to pay to do the things that they want, they wouldn't be able to survive. So who's really ahead of who? See, you're going to have to realize that you can create the life that you want for you, chosen one. It's all about perspective. See how we going to talk, right? I see somebody ask for a reading to read it. Link is in my bio. You click the link in my bio and go to book your reading or your coaching session, and I got you, baby. I appreciate you. But chosen ones, let's talk. You literally, your mind is the projector. So think about the classroom, right? How the teacher put certain things on that machine, right? And all of a sudden that projector. And what do? They add light to it. And what does it do? Everybody in that room could see the same thing that you see. Sometimes they got to adjust it so you can see it clearly, right? See, chosen ones, what if I told you that your mind is the projector? So therefore, anything that you make your mind to or set your mind on, that's what gets projected. So what you think about yourself and you project out, that's how other people view you too. Certain goals and admirations that you have, you a go-getter, you know that you can obtain them, that's what you're going to do. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize how you manifest in your mind, that's the projector. So therefore, when you give your light, that's your attention to it. That's like that scantron in a sense, or that's like, again, that projector where they put some light over it and now it's getting reflected. See, chosen one, what are you doing? If certain things are a little blurry, you just got to adjust the knob. Think of it differently. Really think and analyze on why what's going on is going on. See, some of you out here feeling like you digressing or going backwards, whole time you elevating. But because, chosen one, some of you are moving so fast now, it looks like you're not moving at all. What do I mean? See, you know how you start to run? See, when you start off running, you really putting your umph into it, right? You shaking, you moving, trying to gain momentum, right? Then all of a sudden, when you really flowing, when you really going, when you striding, it almost looks like you not moving, right? Or you not having to use your muscles as much, right? So even think pertaining to a bike. See, when you first start off, you got pedal all hard, but then you could just coast a little bit. See, some of you feel like you're not elevating because you're not having to work as hard as you previously did in order for certain things to come in. See, when you started off strong and you really was working hard, you built that momentum up, and God was going to guide you. God was going to allow you to sit on that energy and coast too. So chosen ones, stop feeling like everything that is difficult for you is for you. You understand me? I want you to realize that in this lifetime, you're supposed to have certain things happen on behalf of you because all the work that you put in and how you sacrifice yourself for certain individuals that you was connected to. Are you going to do it again? You done sat there and didn't chase your dreams, admirations, or no goals because somebody told you that you can. Or that partner needed you to provide for your family or be there for your kids. They couldn't do it because they was working, so you wasn't working. You was dependent on them. See? Cut that shit out. Because even when that spouse tried to play you, God was playing on behalf of you. So even when they thought that they was giving money to you, you had to depend on them. God just had you depending on them so that you can find what your purpose was. See? Everything was divinely aligned. See, I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, God has certain people see you at a certain point in your life so that when they see you again, they're going to realize that they better never judge a book by its cover because they don't even know what's in it. See, chosen ones, your life is about to take off. That love that you were seeking for, that you ain't received, I'm trying to tell you, it's surrounding you. You already being it. You just got to believe it. That's why the devil will try to, again, interrogate you as much as he does. Try to question you. Do you think they really love you? Do you think they really like you? Do you really think that you're going to meet that person? Do you really think somebody's going to protect you? Do you really think the devil will sit there and have you in that interrogation room, questioning you over certain things that you know damn well you seen with your eyes? God showed them to you. God sat there and told you, this is how your life's going to be. You're going to be in love. You're going to be financially abundant. You're going to be protected. All of these things. God showed you that. He told you that. All he said you had to do was continue to move how he asked you to. That's it. Get your ass up. That's it. Believe in what he showed you. That's it. When the devil try to tell you that's not going to happen, you laugh at his ass. Because you know that he's trying to finesse you because he knows that you about to obtain it. He knows that you about to have it. You understand me? So the devil will try to finesse you, have you question you, keep having you doubt you, saying, when's it going to happen? When it's going to happen? Nah, allow it to happen. Because you ain't never had no surprise. That's almost like you ain't never had nobody surprise you or do no nice things for you because that's what they wanted to do. Or if they did, it was a big surprise for you. It was unexpected. You may have cried. You was all sad because you never experienced something as simple as that. See, chosen ones, you so caught up in when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Allow God to finally have you have that excitement. Allow God to have somebody finally get to surprise you. Somebody get to provide for you. Somebody really do something because they thought about you when they seen certain things and they copped it for you. See, chosen ones, you try to have control. Allow God to have it. Trust him. Because how irritated do you get when somebody asks you to do something and you doing it and they looking over your shoulder like you do it yet? You finish that? Well, shit, you do it then. Huh? Allow God to just coast you. Allow God to guide you. You got this. You already made it. You already abundant. See, you thinking you got to have $1 million to be happy. You talking about, God, I want to work to be a millionaire because I want to be able to buy a house and my kids have this. It don't take $1 million for you to do that, chosen ones. Huh? It could 20,000, you can get a nice ass house right now. 50,000, 100,000 can get you a 4-bedroom house. See, you try and get 10 bedrooms and shit, but you got 2 kids. You got 3 kids. You was only to take up 4 rooms of that. See, you better start thinking with your head. You try to compare what success is based upon somebody else's expectations. Oh, nah. See, you talking about you want to be successful. Some of y'all not even realizing that you already are. See, you thought back in the day successful was you having a job. Now you got a job, but because you ain't got money to save, you not claiming it. Back in the day, you said that you would be happy if you had a place. Now you're not happy because you feel like you can do better. But if you started off with nothing, now you got something. Do you not think that God's going to provide even more abundance? But how are you dressing your house up now? You talking about you going to decorate when you move into a newer location. You better make it into the place that you want now. Huh? You talking about, oh, you going to treat your car nice or go get your car right when you get a new car. But how you treating little Betty now? How you treating the hoopty now? Huh? You ain't even vacuum clean shit. You ain't wiping shit down because it got a few scratches on it. How you taking care of it? Train yourself. You talking about you can't wait to be a husband or wife, but you not out here living it right. You spreading yourself thin, sleeping with anybody who shows you attention. How that shit sound? But you talking about you somebody's wife? You somebody's husband? Oh, nah. That shit ain't adding up. So therefore, you turn your situation into a benefit for you. See, some of you, if you in an abusive relationship, you can't turn them circumstances around until you turn your ass away from that individual. Until you actually have more fear in what will happen if you stay rather than what will happen if you walk away. You understand me? So, chosen ones, if you in a undesirable, God's going to physically force you out of that location. So some of you like, oh, I don't want to go move back with my people. But if that gets you from that evil, then what you going to have to do? Put that ego to the side so you can build yourself back up. Huh? You got to be willing to do that. But some of you, if it's just something as simple as you not in your dream house yet, but it's going to get provided to you, but you got to believe it. Right now, you may just have enough money for your bills, but there was a time period where you ain't even had no bills. You was living in somebody else's shit. Or if you had bills, you ain't have no way, shape, or form able to pay it. Or you worried about you having a putt-putt that stutters a little bit, but there was a point in time where those putt-putts was those Nike on your damn feet when you was walking. So, chosen ones. You thinking about how people gonna view you when you get to what you feel like you have to have in order to obtain them, then they not for you. See, my true divine partner, I'ma sleep the same with him, regardless if we in a king mattress, a king size mattress, or an air bed. I'ma ride passenger princess smiling and shit, regardless if he in that new whip or he in that hoopty. You understand me? You have to realize that it's in you, not on you. It's not about what you have. It's about what you got within. Half you not even realizing that you wealthier than the wealthiest people that they talking about the world because they wealth is printed. This shit's instilled. You hear me? They talking about they wealthy because they wealth is printed. Money gets printed every day. Your shit is instilled in you. That can't be duplicated. They can't print this out. They can't creep, man, you better know that. You got $1 billion brain. You got $1 billion business that you ain't start yet. You got $1 billion heart that everybody around you feels that. Your legacy is when people say your name, they gonna be like, yo, shorty, they was a good ass person. They gonna talk about how much of a big impact that you had on they life. See, chosen ones, you don't realize who's watching you. You don't realize the impact that you have into individuals that surrounding you. You don't realize that your name alone rings bells. That this person that they came across your page this day and you spoke to their soul. Now they had enough strength in order to go. Now they sat there and went ahead, achieved something, and they sit there and give you credit because that smile that you gave them had them even start that shit. A simple compliment, or I believe that you can do it. You not even realizing the changes that you making. Just a smiling somebody's day. They may not say thank you at that time, but it's going to be in the back of their mind. You giving somebody a compliment that all at home somebody didn't talk shit about them. They husband, they wife then doubted them, talked things down to them, sat there and said that they was lacking. You sat there and gave them certain abundance. You spoke life into them. That's the thing that gave them that energy to keep moving. Man, you better know that. But you talking about you ain't got nothing to offer, man. If you don't step out that devil-ass illusion, devil feeling like material gain, that shit is fake. You getting finessed. You getting finessed. So what's happy to you? Shit, happiness to me is a house. Buying a house, buying some land. Growing some certain things, being happy with my children, with my man, being happy with certain friends that's loyal, excitement, embracing. I don't need $1 billion, but if I get $1 billion, best believe I got a billion billionaires too. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. You better pay attention and build your tribe, but you better see that you building with like minds like you. They may not have the same skill or trait as you, but they in the same direction. Your God is their God, not something else that they see. We gonna have to talk real quick. See, some of you talking to somebody and they talking about, oh yeah, God this, God that. You think you on the same track as them, but you ain't even asked them who their God is. See, you ever heard how people say, oh, the GOAT, greatest of all time? That's that little goat, that little demon goat, little Baphomet, whatever his name is. You understand? There's certain people that you feel like is on the same page as you, but you don't even know who they praying to. They talking about they God ain't your God. See, my God, maybe your Allah, maybe your job. When we break that name down, we talking about the same one, right? See, the creator, the one above it. You could say the higher power. You could say whatever the case may be, but you know it's somebody greater than you. You know that it's the creator, the person who made you, the person that's positive, love, honor, respect, all of these things, right? So again, this person, think of somebody who speaks a different language than you. See, they may call this person Ray. This person may call them Raymond. This person may call them this. But when you describe the person, they like, oh yeah, you mean this? Oh yeah, we call them that. So, John lies, so on and so forth. But there's some individuals, right? These demonic ass individuals that's out here praying to certain demons. They God is not your God. But you got to see through that shit that they saying. See, chosen ones, you know how you can have a conversation with somebody and you ain't really paying attention to them like that. And they talking and they gossiping and you not really with it, but you following along. Oh yeah, they done told you this whole story. Then all of a sudden in the end, you hit them like, damn, that's crazy. So you said so-and-so did it? And they like, nah, not sure. I'm talking about John. See, the whole time, y'all wasn't talking about the same person the whole time. You understand me? So there's certain individuals that when you hear them talking, you thinking they talking about God, your God. Nah, they talking about the demonic. They talking about satanic shit. They talking about Diablo. Certain things that you shouldn't be intertwining or connecting with. You understand me? So there's certain people that tell you, oh, you're heretics, because there's so many people that, because I'm melanated, oh, well, your people came from this tribe. Nah, I know I'm ancient Egyptian, but my people wasn't doing the same shit as other people. See, my people were magic. We ain't playing magic. God made us magical. See, our frequencies can have certain things aligned for us. You understand me? See, other people gotta do hocus and pocus shit, gotta call on and conjure up this, so and so. We don't do that. So you gotta know who's your true soul child. Just because they look like you don't mean that they are the same as you. You heard me? So remember to see through what people showing you, know who's for you and who's not. Because if you got to compromise, it's not from the divine, because they going to have all those checks on their list. But chosen ones, I got to get up off here because I do have a few readings to do. Please remember, I'm going to always upload this live later on my YouTube for you. Please remember, I never reach out to you for a reading. You got to be ready to receive it because I ain't sugarcoating shit. I'm going to talk to you like I'm talking to you now. So if you get a coaching session, chosen ones, we talking for a half an hour to an hour. You can ask me as many questions as you have. I'm going to provide you insight. I ain't using no cards, no crystal balls. God is going to tell me exactly what I'm supposed to tell you, right? If you get your personal prophetic reading, I'm going to record it for you. Your own personal message, so you know I'm talking to you. You'll be able to save it, replay it as many times as you choose to too as well, all right? But I love you so much. Y'all continue to be great. Thank you so much for all y'all's gifts, all y'all shares, subscribes, likes, kind words. I love you, all right? Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, baby, you know how to reach me. Be great.